All right, welcome to today's Explainer. I am seriously so excited to guide you through this one because we're looking at what is honestly one of the most fascinating and potentially explosive conflicts happening in tech right now. We're literally watching the lightning-fast speed of AI's financial expectations crash headfirst into the slow, stubborn limits of the physical world. Right now, billions of dollars are flying around based on perfect spreadsheet timelines, but as we're going to see today, the real world, the world of concrete, copper, and power grids, that moves at a completely different pace. Let's dive in.
Here is our roadmap for today. First, the trillion-dollar bet. Then, hitting the physical wall. Third, the power grid bottleneck. Fourth, the unforgiving revenue gap. And finally, echoes of the telecom bubble.
All right, Section 1, the trillion-dollar bet.
So $1 trillion. That's a lot of zeros, right? According to a viral, recently updated analysis by Sequoia Capital's David Kahn, AI companies collectively need to generate over $1 trillion in annual revenue just to justify the massive computing infrastructure they're building right now. To put that massive number into perspective, earlier estimates of this required revenue were equal to roughly 100% of the entire global software industry's revenue. So the financial expectations here, they're absolutely sky high, and the pressure to monetize is just immense.
And that brings us to a pretty stark warning from Goldman Sachs research back in June of 2024. They stated, "We estimate that the AI build-out will cost $1 trillion over the next several years, and see limited evidence so far that this spend will pay off." The crucial takeaway here is that we have an unbelievable amount of capital being deployed right this second, but the immediate financial payoff, well, that's heavily debated. The clock is loudly ticking on that money, and it's pushing us right up against some very hard physical limits.
Which brings us to Section 2. Hitting the physical wall. So here's the core disconnect, the real rub. Financial models assume you just invest the capital, get immediate operational capacity, and boom, the revenue starts flowing. But physical reality? It's a whole different ballgame. You're looking at 12 to 18-month lead times just to get the GPUs. Then you're looking at 3 to 7-year waits just to plug your shiny new data center into the local electricity grid. The financial models assume this flawless, frictionless speed, but the physical supply chains are sluggish and honestly, completely unforgiving.
Just how much is that friction increasing? Well, look at this 2025 JLL analysis on permitting timelines for U.S. hyperscale data centers. Back in 2020, you were looking at an average of maybe 8 months to get permitted. Today, in 2025, that's stretched all the way to 22 months. That is a 175% increase. These massive campuses are routinely running into environmental reviews, intense local zoning battles, federal permitting processes, the whole shebang. Building the physical infrastructure to actually support AI is getting significantly harder and much slower by the day.
But it's not just the buildings, right? It's what goes inside them. Hyperscalers who are ordering GPUs are facing that 12 to 18-month wait. And what that means is billions in capital are committed, locked in, just sitting on balance sheets, long before the hardware ever generates a single cent of revenue. And here is the real trap. If AI revenue projections happen to drop during that long waiting period, these companies can't just cancel their orders without facing massive financial penalties. Plus, the whole system is incredibly fragile. You might remember the 2024 NVIDIA Blackwell delay. Basically, a thermal design issue required a revision, and that single issue delayed billions of dollars of planned infrastructure globally. Literally, one engineering hiccup can stall the entire machine.
Moving on to Section 3, the power grid bottleneck.
The sheer scale of the power demand we're talking about here is just staggering. The International Energy Agency projects that by 2026, data centers could consume 1,000 terawatt-hours of electricity annually. I mean, let that sink in for a second. That is roughly equivalent to the entire national electricity consumption of Japan, just for data centers. Goldman Sachs even estimates that AI alone could require 160 gigawatts of brand new power generation capacity in the US by 2030. We are talking about building hundreds of new power plants. And because of that insane demand, we need to understand a very specific, highly technical utility term that is acting as the ultimate choke point right now, the interconnection queue. Simply put, this is the backlog of requests to connect new power generation or massive power drains like data centers to the electricity grid. You could literally build the most advanced AI facility in the world, but if you're stuck in this queue, it's basically nothing more than a very, very expensive brick. So you might be wondering, how long is this line? Well, as of 2024, the U.S. power grid interconnection backlog sits at a jaw-dropping 2,600 plus gigawatts. Research from the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory shows that clearing this backlog takes anywhere from 3 to 7 years. So for a new data center needing, say, 100 megawatts of power or more, their queue might not resolve until 2028 or even 2030.
The grid simply cannot be upgraded at the speed of these AI CapEx announcements. It's just not physically possible.
And alongside those hard grid limits, we also have to consider compounding regulatory risks. This was highlighted by research from organizations like Virtualization Options LLC. This surging power consumption is actually crushing the environmental, social, and governance, or SEG goals of major tech firms. For instance, Microsoft saw its carbon footprint increase by 30% in 2023, largely due to AI power consumption. That directly contradicts their own net zero pledges. This creates massive reputational and regulatory risk that, honestly, isn't even fully priced into these infrastructure valuations yet.
Okay, let's look at Section 4, the unforgiving revenue gap.
Let's walk through the logical chain of events that's causing all this friction. Step 1. Massive capital is deployed today by the hyperscalers. Step 2. Due to permitting, GPU lead times, and those massive grid queues we just talked about, the physical infrastructure is severely delayed. Step 3. Because the infrastructure isn't ready, the timeline to actually make revenue from AI services slips by 12 to 24 months. And Step 4. The financial pressure on that already committed capital intensifies dramatically. These delays are baked in from the start, regardless of how high the actual demand for AI might be.
So we're looking at a huge structural problem with these numbers. Right now, we have about $320 billion a year going out the door for AI infrastructure capital deployment. But on the flip side, the generous estimate for AI attributable revenue coming back in, that's only around $50 to $80 billion. We are literally looking at an order of magnitude gap. Even if revenue grows at a wildly optimistic rate of 50% a year, this gap won't realistically close until maybe 2029 or 2030. And remember, that capital is trapped, just waiting on the physical world to catch up.
And that brings us to Section 5, Echoes of the Telecom Bubble.
Let's take a quick trip back to the late 90s because it feels a bit familiar. In 1996, a massive fiber optics build-out began. Between 96 and 2001, U.S. telecom companies spent roughly $500 billion on infrastructure, and a lot of it was just sitting there dark, completely unactivated. By 2001, the bandwidth revenue projections completely failed to materialize on the timeline the financial models assumed. Debt loads crushed companies, and mass bankruptcies followed. Now here's the absolutely vital takeaway. Post-2001, all that fiber eventually became highly valuable, right? It literally forms the backbone of the internet today. But the companies that originally laid it, yeah, a lot of them went bankrupt long before they could see those returns.
So how does that compare to today? Well, in the telecom era, companies built fiber optics. Today, tech giants are building hyperscale data centers. Back then, revenue was delayed against massive debt, which led to high-profile bankruptcies like WorldCom and Global Crossing. Today, we're facing 12 to 24-month delays against massive capital expenditures. The risk for AI isn't necessarily that data centers will just disappear. Like the fiber, they'll obviously still physically exist. The real risk is that these physical assets might generate financial returns that are catastrophically below the assumptions used to justify building them in the first place, especially if AI workloads end up migrating to newer, more efficient hardware while they're just sitting there waiting for power.
So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a rather provocative question to chew on based on what we've looked at. When the digital gold rush of artificial intelligence inevitably hits the unyielding physical wall of the real world, who is left holding the shovel? The math demands speed for sure, but the concrete and the copper, they demand time. Keep a close eye on those interconnection queues, folks, because that is where the future of AI profitability will actually be decided. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today, and I'll see you in the next explainer.